And there's that familiar sound again, as I pick up yet another Super Metroid hack. But this one's a little bit different. This would be my own hack, which I made for the Metroid Construction little 1 week hack competition thing that was going on for a little bit a few months ago. And more recently, and I am quite proud of this, it won an honorable mention for worst hack of 2011. And my hack was the only one in that category, which means it placed the highest in there, so I am quite proud of that achievement. So anyway, you will see why maybe it may have slightly deserved that nomination, award, mention thing. Anyway, I'll be going through here collecting all the items. Maybe explaining some stuff that was done in here. And showing off things and other stuff. So anyway, you start off with some items. Like speed booster, high jump, plasma charge, morph bombs, Varia. And you cannot reach those power bombs, so do not worry about them. And notice more bubbles, which if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know I love bubbles. And this whole hack happens to be made out of a lot of them, out of varying palettes. So anyway, right away there's actually an item we can get in here, which is right up here. Not a spot I would generally put an item for a quote-unquote regular hack. Oh, and here's the other gimmick. The door did not lead you back, so it's a huge door maze. Rooms do not connect up with each other at all. There's only 2 instances where that happens, and I will point them out. Otherwise, doors just connect up wherever they want to. So yeah, there are lots of bubbles. Doors don't lead you where they want to. I may have given you some stuff, but still some things are ridiculously hard. Or at least watching them. Person 701's playthrough of this made them look ridiculously hard. Although watching that was, quite honestly, very hilarious. But on top of that, it gave me some insight into how other people played my hack and why there was so much anger and rage at most notably the second section. Because this hack is made up of 4 sections, and the second section is really what gave most people issues. But we'll cover that when we get there. So anyway, it's kind of surprising. The second section is actually the smallest one by far. There's 9 rooms, I think, to it. But we'll cover that later. So anyway, there's a little block back there with some vertical and horizontal BTS, which opens the gate. Don't fall in that pit because it spikes. And this right here, I think. Okay, good. This is a major gimmick in my hack. It looks like you're in the same exact room. And if you didn't collect any of the items, they would still be there. However, it's actually 2 different rooms. Each room's doors connect up to different rooms. So if you... and there's multiple ways where you can get into each room separately. So... oh, there's some changes into this guy. Like he jumps straight up now. And some of his animations are a little faster. And basically he murders people. Maybe I didn't speed up his animations. But anyway, with the multiple rooms looking the exact same, I go crazy with that, especially in the second and third sections. But since there's multiple ways to get into these multiple rooms, like say you wanted to go through the top right door, like in the previous room, one room it will take you to what looks like the same exact room, and in the other room it takes you to Bomb 3 Zone. But since there are multiple ways to get into each room, you could really get confused and go, what in the world just happened? Which was my goal. And unsurprisingly, I was getting lost in my own head. Oh, and here's more instances of, hey, it's the same exact room, but it's really not actually. So yeah, I expand on that further. Basically, the little hit in the ceiling, hardly noticeable, but once you destroy bomb trees, it unlocks, which gives you Spring Ball, which you need to get through the water. However, there's still another item you need to collect to advance to the second section. So we'll go ahead and head to that now. And the floor in there is spikes too, so be careful. There's the white bubbles. I have to admit, my white and pink bubbles, and probably my yellow bubbles too, are kind of hideous. They're not the most pleasing pattern to look at. Okay, back to this door. Here we have one of the major bosses of the game. And thanks to Oxide, I changed the music, and thanks to Grime, I also edited his pattern. So he makes weird barf crate noises from Oxide, and so now he's more like Barf Tune. And I'll just let you listen to him being hit once, if he'll open up here soon. Yeah, the blah, or something like that. And as you could tell, he just kind of floats around, opens his eye and shoots a ring of fireballs, and floats around and does it again. He doesn't go into any other patterns, because that's what the tweaks I gave him do. I believe if you shoot him with missiles, he still goes to that missile pattern, but he doesn't do the thing where he opens his eye and drops a bunch of flames from the ceiling. This is why I gave you plasma in the beginning of the game, and it's actually your only beam. Besides charge, I guess. Because hitting him with missiles through a ring of fire is not easy. But since plasma cuts through all that, you can hit him. So he should be just about finished here. I think I'm going to link person's stream of this hack too, because that is seriously hilarious. It's got some real entertainment value there. So anyway, Phantoon dies, and the worst glitch in my hack happens. Most notable lack of polish right here, because I didn't have time to figure out how to mess with that palette change. So anyway, here's a big instance of yellow bubbles and your super missiles, which you need to get to the second section. But there's still another item we need to collect in this first section. Technically there's two items, but you'll find out about the other one in a little bit. First one's through here. Leads you straight to an energy tank. How great and wonderful. Through this thingamajigger. That metamorphing is a very good technique to have if you're playing this hack, as shown back there and what will come later. So anyway, these rooms go to the second room and turn around. That one room will always, first one will always lead you back to right before the door that leads to Phantoon in the green bubble room. Second room will always lead you back here. And there's only two rooms there. And there's the other item. It's technically in the first section, but you cannot get it yet. You have to wait till the third section to get that, believe it or not. And on to the second section. This is what everybody loved. First off, you're kind of thrown off by scrolling sky bubbles. And you're like, what? I'm just gonna... I know I can get to the power bombs easy from here, but I'll just do it this way. So anyway, you can kind of tell those bubbles underneath that thingamajigger enemy. I forget his name. It's like Vorta or something like that. You can tell they're kind of flipped upside down, so you're supposed to realize you can jump through them. Then you're supposed to, after you go through the rooms, you're supposed to realize that the enemy actually changes colors. And so the idea was for the player to go through and explore all the nests of these enemies to see what is going on with them. But no one really did that, so eventually you're bound to come across this room, which has a power bomb door. So this is basically your starting point. And here's a red one again, which if you notice, the first room was a red one. However, I was a jerk, and there's actually 2 rooms with red enemies in them. It's the only one where there's the same color in multiple rooms. Every other room is a different colored enemy. So yeah, go through there, you'll find this aqua looking one. Through here is deep blue. Back through here, kind of looks like the power bomb door one, but its eye is more green. Back through here. Okay, this is red. This is the actual room you start in. From the actual starting point, you can just hit left twice, and you'll be where you want to be. So here's a gold one to let you know you're on the right path. And through here is an orange one, which should be your other hint. The power bomb door was orange. The power bombs in the very first room were orange. Here's an orange enemy. And hidden right there were the power bombs. However, this area gave a ton of people a bunch of trouble. Which, after watching Person play through it, while it was hilarious, it's also, I could see where people would get frustrated at it. So anyway, you can just keep heading left no matter where you are. You'll always get back to the power bomb door. And I suggest covering your eyes for the power bomb. And make a save state if you're playing right here, so you don't have to do the maze again. Because you may die, although there's a message in the background that says SBA, and of course LOL, but this fight is not very hard. Ridley deals like 5 damage if you touch him, as long as it's not his tail. His body only deals damage. And the SBA is a hint that you should use your little SBA. Right now, Ridley is dead, because I hit him with 4 of those little rings. That's all it takes. 4 of those little SBA rings and he's dead. Right now, he's just doing a little death animation, and there he goes. That's all it takes. If you miss with those, you're in trouble. Because I really increased the power on them, and that door is locked, which is where you need the other chorizo. So we're now in the 3rd section. But yeah, SBA is super powerful. Remember that for the gold chorizo. And this is kind of just like the screw attack item. In fact, you get to it in kind of the same way. So yeah, you can't reach that from here. And here's yet another power bomb. 3rd section by far has the bulk of the items. 2nd and 4th section have like 3 items combined. 1st and 3rd section have more items, and the 3rd section probably has about 60% of the items. Maybe more. This room is a marker if you get through the other door. If you come into this room from the bottom, when you're forced to go back through the same door, and you will face gold chorizo that way. that's kind of how I went about making this. Was that there's a couple markers I'm kind of familiar with, and this crazy glowy bubble room with the morph maids in it, which people just loved, is actually another important room. Not just because it houses this item, which if you're going for 100%, you will obviously need to collect it. But you want that door right there, for reasons I will explain when we get there. But there's actually fall BTS blocks, or upside down solid, or whatever they're called, BTS blocks there. So you can fall down, but you can't go up them. I am failing at this very badly. But anyway, I am actually not sure what the ending percentage will be, because I used a special ASM file, but I don't know if I did it correctly, so the ending total may not be correct. And this is proving difficult. There we go. Okay, this room. I will admit to being a complete jerk. There are actually 3 of this exact room in this third section. However, this particular one is special. This, you can only get to it from that purple bubble room with the weird glowing with the, through that one door, through that maze. Anyway, you see all these bubbles in the background, they're bubbly and stuff. Look up there. Right there, you can kind of see them bubbling back there, and you can shoot the block and go up here. There's a third door in this room, which takes you right to Screw Attack. I will admit that was very, very jerkish of me. I honestly do not believe anybody found Screw Attack. So yeah, just go right, left, you're back in the power bomb door room. It's faster than going left, 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 left. Whereas Screw Attack does not open that door. Thankfully for a lot of people, otherwise nobody would have finished the hack. Because you can only get to that. There's 3 of those rooms, but that one you can only enter through that purple bubble, through that morph maze. Anyway, we're just going to go back the same way, because there's yet more in this room, actually by turning right around. Okay, now this room, if your little Metroid-y vibes are going off, they should be, but it's safe. Except the scrolling, it's kind of odd that the room scrolls like that. But we'll get to that later. Because once again, I was being a jerk. And now here's where person absolutely lost it. Because, as you can see in the background, I spell out, "You so lost." I'm kind of mocking the player for being lost in a hack. They could have no possible idea where they're going. And of course, big smiley face. And you can collect that energy tank, but not from this room. There's actually 3 of these "You so lost" rooms. Yeah, there's 3 of them. Just like there's 3 of those green bubble rooms, there's 3 of these. All their doors connect up all over the place. It's a huge mess. This section was a pain to go through and make, just because this is the biggest section and it's the most confusing. I will have the most problems in this section, in this little run, because I still have trouble remembering what everything is. I mean, I know how to get all the items, but that doesn't mean I know how to do everything. So, back to You So Lost. However, okay, yes, this is a different room. This is actually the second of the 3 rooms. The other one you were in, if I could speak properly, was either the first or third. Which one, I don't know. So anyway, that block right there, which I guess you can see up here. It's actually backwards right here. It's your hint. And there you go. It's an energy tank for you. This hack was not very user-friendly. So, into this weird room. Huge. Kind of trying to give the player the hint that you can go through the light bubbles, but not the dark bubbles. There's a super missile laying down there. It's a light bubble right here. Go check it out. And there's your super missile. Simple as that. But this room holds yet more. There's actually a couple more things. This room is required, but not until later. But as you can see up there, there's more light bubbles. And there's another one right there. So you can go on. I would have made the whole pathway light, but I ran out of level data in the room. So you only got certain parts of it lighter. And that's how you get to this power bomb. Very similar to how you got to screw attack. And I just got hit. And here's the fun little platforms. And you cannot kill these guys. Don't even try. And they spit fireballs. If you're unfamiliar with hexadecimal, that would be 10. So instead of like the normal 3, they just shoot out 10 of them. Tiny platform hopping's always fun. Okay, this room, I believe, connects up to an item room up here. Here we go. See? Same exact room you've seen before. But jump over to this thing here. The idea was you find the other room first. You go collect the energy tank, everything's normal. So you just walk toward this one, and you fall and don't collect the energy tank. Because, once again, I was being a jerk. That was my idea. And fun fact here, this is one of only 2 sets of doors that actually connect up with each other. Okay, so a couple more. Actually, there's more than a couple more items. Oh my goodness. I forgot how bad my bubbles were. I really don't actually think this room serves any purpose or marker purpose. Get you back to these. Which, if you can tell when you're looking at that bubble up there, there's no bouncy bubble behind it, so you can't shoot it. And good, we are in the Crazy Ripper room. And, yes. I will put this in the description. But there is a serious seizure warning with this hack. And, alternatively, because of that, there's a serious seizure warning with this video. Now, not just because of something like that. The 4th section is seriously... I mean, if you're prone to seizures, do not watch this. Because the 4th section is absolutely... seizurific. And I'm back in here. Okay, so... up to here should be an item. So, okay. There's 4 more items, I think. Deal with this later. Now, I really need this because I want to get that one item. Oh, great, back here. This room serves as a marker. That is not a marker for anything. That's really what it does. I gotta find that one room I said was a marker before, like Gold Teresa. That's the one item I want to find. Because all the other items are actually in Gold Teresa's room. Oh, once you're in this room, if you keep going left, you're just entering the same room. You're always coming out this way, so... Oh, this room. This is another marker. If you go left here, you find gold chorizo. But I want to save that for later, because I want to get that one item before him. Oh wait, there's even more items in the third section. There's 5 more besides, so there's 9 left. And I'm back here. Oh yeah, map doesn't help you at all. So. Yeah. So yeah, I just did things to really mess with the player. Eventually it's just to figure out that things don't work the same in this hack. So instead of going through the door to your left all the time, expecting it to get you anywhere, try going back in the same door you came out of. And items hidden really weird and stuff. All that good stuff. Maybe this is it here. Oh, nope. Take me right back here. I don't want to be in. So... yeah. No, I don't want to be up here. I am so lost. Oh, here we go. I guess it's not to use the lost room. I didn't think it was. Anyway, if you find this on your travels before you get anything else, you're done for because you're facing gold chorizo no matter what. Unlike that other pink bubble room with that little floaty platform enemy. Because there's 2 doors in there, so you can choose to go to gold chorizo unknowingly, or choose to not go to unknowingly. And like Bomb Chorizo, the floor is breakable, except I added treadmills in this one to make it even more difficult. So yeah, there's 2 missiles there, so energy tank here, which I'm going to get now because I'm kind of low on energy, and I don't feel like dying. So anyway, what I said about the SBA being your best weapon. Just go ahead and use that. He's really not that tough with this thing. I mean, if you don't have everything collected, it's... and if you're going for a very low percent room, which I can't imagine anybody putting that much effort into this hack. But if you were, the SBA is by far your best friend. Because you can hit him with charges, it'll take forever. And there's one more item in here, which is actually up there, that thing. And I missed. And I missed. And I totally whiffed. And these treadmills make this fun. I don't know what I was thinking. And there we go. So up in here we find a hidden power bomb. Kind of a mean placement, but this hack was not nice, so get over it. Back in here. I'll go this way. Where does this lead me? Back to So Lost. I want that one room. Now I want that green bubble room with the light bubbles. Because other than going back all the way back to Screw Tag, that's the best way to... this is the best way to do it. Because up here, I believe it is, takes you right back to Ridley's room, which now has an unlocked door. And here are the last items of Section 3. So yeah, just kind of randomly threw a bunch of items in one room, just because like items and collecting them and being a very small hack, this hack needed more items, so here you go. So yeah, these items are pretty much useless except for maybe the energy tank and the space jump. Basically, the rest of them are just for percentage. And also, happy face. Okay, now to finish off the third section, I require the player to make a space jump right up into there. Which isn't that hard because I tweaked space jump so you can jump whenever you want. So that was that. On to section 4, which begins with explosions and scrolling sky bubbles. And now, seizures. This is all of section 4. It's all underwater. It all has all the criterion flashy stuff going on. It's all dark. And it's completely messed up. And this is the reason why... Oh my goodness, Metroid. This is the reason why I gave this hack a seizure warning in previously this video, so yeah, here in the last section, it's another maze that's an error due to a PLM issue I didn't take care of. Okay. There's quite a few ways to get back to this room, which is good because this room's actually important. But first, okay, there's 2 items in this section. I'm going to look around for the one first. This one item is right at the end. But there's one more before there. Believe it or not, if you're playing this, it may not show up so well. Oh, here's a great room. Screw attacks, gravity suits, and you mad. Yeah, I went a little bit crazy. What? Why am I not? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. I must not have connected that door up. I thought for sure I did. Hey, I'm finding errors in my own hack. But anyway, oh, here we go. If you go to this room, go left. This room. Open that door. You go speed boost through there and charge a shine spark. And right here. Here's 2 items, and I say hi. Okay, so yeah. You can kind of tell where you're going in these bubble rooms when the whole room is covered with these bubbles. Like this one, because the glowy mechanics of them. It's much easier to see in game, probably, than it is on a YouTube video. I know it was kind of hard to tell when a person was streaming it, but you can tell where you're going, because the glows they are different. The bubbles you can go through are kind of just yellowy, whereas the bubbles that are solid are kind of bluey too. They have blue and red glows. Now when you get into the Let Us Leave room, turn back around, and be careful because you can fall down right there. And if you fall down there, those are the BTS blocks, which will not let you back up. So, yeah. So anyway, once you enter this door, there's a wonderful exit with a question mark and an arrow pointing left. When you're in this room, you've actually beat the game. Which I will explain later. Well, not too much later. This is the only room after this is the landing site. So yeah, you can spend a while trying to figure out this gate, trying to bomb all these spots, see if I did the horizontal and vertical BTS stuff again. But that's not gonna work. I was very, very... I would like to say clever. And if you get the bright idea that would work, it doesn't. So anyway, at the end I will add in a clip of the alternative ending. But first, just want to show you. So yeah, you kind of get stuck on the floor if you speed booster. I don't know if you can see it in this YouTube video, but there's kind of these dark red background bubbles. They're up here and on the floor there. They kind of stop right there. Leave an open spot where you kind of got stuck on the floor. And so you there's kind of a hint there. If you notice, your missile goes through there, whereas it explodes on the rest of these. What in the world? So you shoot a missile, nothing happens. The missile didn't explode. What you need to do is actually get the missile through there. And there you go. There's 2 reflex under the floor. You have to be moving through the air and fire your missile downwards so that the missile will stay on screen. Otherwise it'll disappear off screen and it won't hit the gate. So that was double jokers on my part. And that right there is the last item. It's a gate protecting it for a reason. So right here's your ship. You're away from this torturous hag, you've finished it, you can feel accomplished, and you've got every item. Congratulations. So, here we are once again, the planet blows up, and everybody's beat is probably saying, thank goodness that planet is gone. So, planet explodes. Samus barely escapes with her sanity, with bubbles probably causing nightmares for the rest of her life. But the operation was completed successfully in a whopping 27 in-game minutes. And we'll just skip the credits there. And what do you know? We're back to the end, and this will actually be my first time seeing what the ending total is, whether it's correct or not. Because I was just kind of guessing with this thing, so. Items is 110.2%. Okay, so it obviously wasn't right. But just know that that is the correct amount. If you got that, you did get 100%. So, that was so little time, which was made in a single week, and had a lot of complaints about it, which, in all honesty, it deserved. But it was kind of a fun little troll hack, so. Anyway, let me get this thing ready here, because I want to show you. Because if you spent forever on that gate, like Person 701 did. Okay, here we go. Here is the other option. Since you're in this room, you've beat the game. Because you can head right back through this door and go to your ship. It was that simple. You did not have to do anything with that gate. The only thing getting through that one gate does is allow you to get 100%. And alternatively, make Person 701 rage. Because he spent, what, 40 minutes or something like that trying to figure that gate out. Only to find out he could have just went to the door on the right. Which was absolutely great.